Hello everyone, hope you're all doing great. I'm F. Merlin Rodriguez and today we are going to start with the Unit 8, Writing for Professional Purpose 2. After your graduation, most of you might be thinking to choose a career. You will be asked to submit a CV. So in this session, we are going to see how to build a good CV. Before we start, have you heard about the words biodata, resume, and curriculum vitae? All these three words are often used as synonyms in India. All the three terms refer to a formal document that details an individual's career profile and skills. Yet, there are subtle differences between the three. Let's take a look at what is biodata. Biodata stands for biographical data. It consists of personal information like name, age, date of birth, and other sensitive information. Its usage is nowadays limited to government institutions where one expects to submit such information. Its length is not more than 1 or 2 pages. And what's resume? Resume is a professional document that a job applicant creates to itemize his or her qualifications for a position. A resume is usually accompanied by a customized cover letter in which the applicant expresses an interest in a specific job or company and draws attention to the most relevant specifics on the resume. Resume is always limited to 1 to 2 pages. The major difference between a biodata and a resume is giving or keeping a cover letter. We'll discuss more about how to write a cover letter in our next session. Now moving on to curriculum vitae. Curriculum vitae is shortened to CV, which is the Latin word for course of life. It's written summary of a person's career, qualification and education. And the major difference here, it is a lengthier one with 3 to 5 pages. It's mostly used when applying for academic or specific research positions. Main purpose of the CV is to elaborate on your educational background and academic pursuits. A CV is static and unlike a resume, doesn't change for different positions. The difference could be in the cover letter. Now let's take a look at different components of a CV. A CV should contain following items: contact information, objective statement, key skills and abilities, education and training, experience, personal profile references. Let's take an example, a sample CV, and learn one by one. Contact information covers the first section of your CV. Be sure to include your formal full name, home address, and the personal telephone or mobile number or numbers where you are most easily reached. Get a job search email account if you don't already have one. Using a unique email address for your job search will help you to avoid losing messages from employers among the many personal messages you receive each day. The second component is objective statement. Just below contact information, you can add an objective statement or a summary of qualifications or a profile. If you are a novice or a beginner, it's better to have a statement of objectives. An objective statement conveys your immediate career goals and reason for contacting an employer. Professionally, with many years of experience in a particular career, you are applying for a job similar to one they have held should skip the objective statement. Third component is key skills and abilities. In this session, the stronger skills and abilities which are crucial for the job you are applying for should be listed. Use short, clear bullet points written in positive language. And the next component that you have to write or include in your CV is education. This session might be more aptly titled Education and Academic Achievement. Information here should include schools attended, degrees conferred, and when and other information regarding your academic achievement, including your GPA or GMAT scores, scholarships and awards earned, society membership or class ranking, etc. List only those things that showcase your strengths. You can also include in this session special certifications, licenses, or additional vocational training you have completed. Many job seekers make the mistake of omitting appropriate professional development training, non-credit courses, workshops, seminars, and conferences. Employers value this education since it often directly relates to the job and is usually more recent. Component is the work history or the experience. The most important part of any CV and the section many recruiters study most closely is a job seeker's experience. If you are an experienced candidate, this session will highlight the past jobs you have held. Entry-level candidates can fill out the session with a combination of work experience, extracurricular activities, and volunteer work. To get started on your experience session, create a master list of your work history in reverse chronological order. List the month and the year that you began and entered each job, your job title, the name of the company, and the responsibilities you held. Think about your experience in terms of results produced. Be short on the description of duties and long on verifiable outcomes. Quantify your results with numbers wherever possible to give the resume reader a clearer picture of your accomplishment. Always remember that your aim is to show in your resume not just the types of experience you have had, but also how effectively you performed your duties, what benefits you brought to your employer while working there, and how valuable you will be to your next employer. Finally, fill out your experience list by citing any particular accomplishments, including awards or special recognition you received at each job. And the last component of a CV is personal information or personal profile and reference. In personal profile session, you have to list only the most relevant information like the year and date of birth, Aadhaar card number, passport details, languages in order of proficiency, hobbies, and interests if they are relevant to the career opted for. In the reference session, the referees listed should be willing to confirm your claim. They can be your teachers, supervisors, former boss, or even neighbors, if they are professionally connected with the job you are applying for. Make sure that you give the proper contact address of your referee and also inform the referee so that he will be ready to give a positive comment about you. Then certain things that you have to remember while you write your CV is that the CV should be made easy or easily readable for the recruiters. Your CV should be short and to the point. Use a clear layout without too many special effects. Use reverse chronological format and be brief about your earliest roles. Explain all significant breaks in your career or education, like the awards or recognitions that you have got. Make sure that you proofread your CV so that you can avoid any silly or grammatical mistakes. So we have come to the end of the session where we learned about how to write a CV, what are the different components of CV. In the next session, we will be dealing with the different types of letters and especially the cover letter. So see you in the next video. Thank you, children.